Producer Sun was clearly on the phone with someone when Lin Shi heard half of the conversation. Her hand that originally wanted to open the bedroom door wide open paused. So Producer Sun was interested in Qian Hao. After she had put so much effort into kissing up to him for so long to no avail, if she gave him Qian Hao, he would give her anything she wanted. In this business, there were people who would even offer their own friends to other people's beds. In addition, Qian Hao was also the woman Lin Shi hated the most. If she traded her for some benefits, then what reason was there not to do it? The corner of Lin Shi's lips curved into a cold sneer. Had she not gone to Producer Sun's room, and left silently, then she wouldn't have started to scheme on how to offer Qian Hao up to Producer Sun's bed. Nor would she have started to think about the favor that was to fall on her. What benefits would she trade it for? After learning from the swing incident, Lin Shi's plan, this time, was to unfold specifically when Lu Jinian wasn't around. That day, it was a Friday. Because of the rain, outdoor filming could only be rescheduled for a clear day, and so the crew had the afternoon and evening off. Producer Sun was probably in a good mood then, for he offered to treat everyone to dinner. Coincidentally, Lin Shi was on her period, so her stomach wasn't feeling well. She didn't feel like going, but when she found out that Lu Jinian had business back in the city, she tightly gritted her teeth and climbed off the bed. She dressed herself up, ready to go to the dinner party. As Producer Sun was treating, everybody, naturally, wouldn't refuse. Besides Lu Jinian and Chang Yang, who had to drive his girlfriend that night, everyone else all came. The party was located in the Hot Springs Resort not too far from the villa. After dinner, Producer Sun was going to generously treat everyone to a dip in the hot spring. Lin Shi was on her period, so she couldn't take a dip. Instead, she laid down in the warm beds next to the hot spring, chatting away with other people, but her line of sight never faltered from Qian Hao. The temperature of the hot spring was high, and so they didn't soak in there for long. It was easy to dehydrate. Lin Shi spent a lot of money to get her manager to send a round of several boxes of drinks. She even especially asked for the resort staff to give everyone a bottle. Qian Hao, Zhao Mong, Song Xiangxai, and a few other actresses stayed in the red wine bath chatting away when the staff brought over the drinks. They very considerately twisted the caps off of everyone's drinks and personally handed them into their hands, one by one. The staff didn't tell the guests who had treated them, leaving after serving the drinks. Among those present, only Producer Sun would treat them, so nobody thought much of it and continued to chat and drink. Perhaps it was because the water was too hot, or if they had soaked for too long, causing the body to take in a lot of hot air, Qian Hao felt herself grow hotter from inside. It was so unbearable, like her heart was on fire. In the end, she couldn't take it anymore and got out of the hot spring. She made an excuse, covered herself up in a towel, and went to the washrooms. Qian Hao turned on the shower and rinsed her face in cold water to feel slightly more comfortable. She raised her head to see that her face had become abnormally red. She couldn't help but prod at it. For no reason at all, she grew more and more excited, so much so, even her heart raced incredibly fast. At last, Qian Hao felt herself losing sense, and her strength began to disappear. Her consciousness grew disorientated, and yet there was this indescribably strange feeling of excitement that started flowing from inside. Qian Hao's breathing hastened a little, and then, her body fell limp on the ground.